first edition of What's Your Decision? Thanks to our friends at Max Hotel and Zone Bowling. My name's Andy. I'm joined by the great man, Harley. Thanks for joining us, mate.
Thank you, and thank you for your help with this.
Always a pleasure, mate. We're all getting a little bit itchy feet at this time of year. I think we're a handful of weeks into the whole isolation period, mate. How are you coping with the change of environment?
Yeah, it certainly has changed. You know, at this stage, we'd be be hitting the ground running, and we'd be a couple of days away from round one. So I think not being out there for the Anzac Day crash. I think I ran out last year in my 300 during the Anzac Day crash. So it was certainly not going to be the same this year. But it's important to stay well and stay connected. I think is the message that we need to spread and share. Spread the message, not the virus.
Definitely, that's very, very good messages to put out there, mate. Now, we're going to launch into this segment. We're going to play the following video that was launched earlier on Facebook, and we're going to dissect the decision, and we're going to present it to you now. All right, so that was a ruck contest there between Melton Central's and Woodend Heskett down at Arnold's Creek. Harley, my question is, what's your decision?
Well, I think so. Most of our followers got this one correct in that. We would have liked the umpire in that position to pay the ruck infringement. So I think, as we can see, the Melton Central player can't just run straight through. No real eyes for the ball. That's what we're kind of we're looking for in that situation, is that some eyes for the ball, some attempt at the contest. He kind of just comes in and takes him out. That would have been the decision we would have liked to pay there. So to all those ones that got that one correct, you're off to a great start, and hope you can back it up next week.
Now, those ones are not the easiest to pay as well, particularly when we're talking about sort of senior football. It's hard to they're the basic 1% of things that anyone can miss at any occasion when you're looking to sort of try and back out. I know with Arnold's Creek, it is a bigger ground, so we're seeing we're seeing a ball up there on the wing, and I'd imagine what would be happening in Julian's case there is that he'd be looking to try and back out of the contest and get back straight at the corridor. It's just one of those things that is it easy to miss when you are you're more cautious of the position on the ground that you're in, as opposed to looking at the action of the two opposing ruckmen? Yeah,
I think like the around the ball kind of situations, you've got so much happening. You've got taggers, on ballers, any holds, looking for that, looking for the block of the ruckman. There's a lot happening, as well as your own safety, in getting out of it, and looking at trying to preempt which way we're going to go, and looking for that next decision, and putting yourself in the best position for the next active play.
Yeah, and in that situation there on the as we've sort of seen there on the clip, the ball's not too far away from the boundary line as well. So there is an opportunity where the ball sort of gets cleared out, it can head towards the boundary line. So I know with where that situation on the ground is, if the ball gets knocked out of the air, the wind tends to blow across the ground towards the cricket nets. So then you're also keeping an eye on, if the ball gets knocked out in the contest, is it going to go out of bounds? Of course, that's where we look for the out of bounds on the full decision. One of the questions I also have in that situation there, and I'm hoping to get some clarification from you, is the nomination of ruckman. We could sort of see off screen one of the taller Centrals player. He did put his hand up there. What sort of change has there been a change in interpretation in the RDFNL?
Yeah, so I think we saw the direction come through from the AFL that in 2019 we weren't looking so much for that hands up kind of situation. So I think Julian did a great job in the clip. So he made eye contact with who he saw as the two ruckmen. So obviously being the shorter Melton Central's player, was standing in the position of the ruckman. I think even gestured with his hand that yes, he was going to be the one contesting. That's all he was looking for. So obviously the taller Melton player arrived quite late to the contest with his hands up. So I suppose the rules there for player safety. Yeah. So given that the taller player didn't actually contest, in the contest, in the ruck contest there, he didn't really put no one at risk. There was no need to pay that, third man up, non-designated ruck free kick.
And I guess what we also want to see there as well is that we don't want to be keeping a big eye out on the ruck nominations. We just want to keep the game flowing.
Yeah. So like if player's there and the player's happy to contest, we'll take him. It's we're not there to police, which player should, the taller player should, contest the ruck to give your team the best chance. But yeah, we'll take the player that's setting the position, and keep the ball moving, staying out of it as much as possible.
So the key ruling there that unfortunately wasn't paid in this case there is the player did not have their eye on the ball, had their eye at the player. So we want to see the players make a perceived genuine attempt at the ruck contest, regardless of the size difference in the ruck.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just have eyes for the ball, jump at the ball, not the player. And just contest the ruck contest fairly.
Terrific. Well, thanks to our friends at Max Hotel, who are unfortunately they've had to close the doors in the recent pandemics. But when the doors open, get down there and check it out. They've been wonderful sponsors and supporters of the Riddell Umpires Association. Harley, thanks so much for jumping on board, mate. We really appreciate your time and giving a detailed explanation of the opening clip, and we're looking forward to catching up with you in following editions.
Yes, no, thank you, Yingy, and see you next week.